Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Another look here at Solana, seeing what's going on. Still honoring the descending trend, so honestly nothing really to write home about. But the truth is there's a couple of important things that you need to understand. Specifically this fib level, we're going to talk about that, and of course some backend data too. So let's go ahead and pull this up. And today's been a really awesome day for our community. Not necessarily for Solana, because again, we do have a long position open for Solana that's slightly on the red. Not a big deal. I think it's a 5x leverage trade, but what is a big deal here is our 7x leverage trade here in our premium group. Take a look at this here. 2 days, 86% on a 7x leverage trade for ICP. And of course, an 8-day-old trade from ICP as well, 89%. So again, awesome profits there. Congrats to our community members. That doesn't even include a lot of the scalps we've seen on our day trading bot too. I'm pretty sure we're hitting some good little profits there with BNB and Solana, if I recall correctly. In fact, hold on, I have to double check now that I know. There we go, BNB, Solana. Good, okay, awesome. I didn't dream that. All right, folks, so let's go ahead and look at the back end, kind of see what's going on. We got Solana up. This is the last 7 days. So we'll just go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. We can see we're right smack dab in the middle of 2 heavy volume concentrations of liquidation. There's quite a lot from previous 118, but more recently we see about 111, and then here, strong amount of accumulation at 96. Okay, so again, 98 to 100 is that support level for Solana, so that's understandable for the longs. I'm actually more so on that side right now too. But the truth is, as the shorts continue to accumulate, the more likely it is to go up. Equally the same scenario is going down. The takeaway here is that we're establishing lower lows and lower highs, and we're coming close to this more recent low. So if we cannot break this lower high pattern, then we're going to be up a creek without a paddle, or is it down a creek? Either way, it's not going to be phenomenal. Let's go ahead and take a look at the daily time frame and see what's going on here. Let's turn off a few of my lower time frame indicators and just kind of see where we're at. Because again, the daily candlestick just closed. We're still looking pretty solid here. We have, unfortunately, a bearish engulfing candle if you look at it there. And that's actually not that solid after all. So not fantastic. Again, this is a weekend, low volume. Things can get a little funny, but generally speaking, that's not a great sign. Stochastic RSI is still swinging down. RSI, money flow index, kind of hanging out where they're normally supposed to be. Keep in mind, this is a daily time frame, not like a massive indicator. But we do have kind of a, I want to say that is this an elephant in the room? Is that the right term? Yeah, this guy is it's kind of hard to overlook. MACD divergence, pretty strong. Does imply we could see further downside. So again, just as a rule of thumb, be careful. Make sure you have your stop losses in place just to be on the safe side. You want to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Okay, so if you prepare for the worst, have a stop loss in place. Yes, it turns around immediately after it hits your stop loss. That's common. Again, be mindful of those liquidation levels too. That's why we look at that, because we understand here $96 will probably be a pivot point if the price sweeps that lower level liquidity. But if it continues higher, we want to be ready for that too. So again, I know it's kind of a double-edged sword there. It's hard to say what you should do, honestly. Our swing trade is it's barely in the red, and honestly, we have multiple profit targets. We're not even fully averaged into our position yet, and those are based on key Fibonacci levels. So again, the way that we structure our trades, not a problem. If you are a 20 to 50x leverage trader, maybe a different story. Please be careful doing that. I recommend lowering your leverage and specifically your position size. I know some people are like, oh, I'm going to take a long on Solana with 20 grand. It just seems like a terrible idea to me, at least with leverage. Perhaps spot, different story. I'm used to trading with a 50K portfolio for traditional markets, but this is not traditional, okay? Leverage gets out of hand quickly, especially for newer traders. Okay, anyways, enough about that. We're still below the moving averages. We can see we're getting rejected by the 20-day SMA here on the 4-hour. The 50-day SMA is working its way up. Don't care about that just yet, but that will be eventual resistance, maybe at the 108 level. And then, of course, in the 4-hour time frame, we haven't converged yet. We're hoping for this, but we haven't yet. In order to do so, we need to see the price not only break this descending trend. That's not just like go mode for you, by the way. Confirmation is breaking this more recent high. Okay, so effectively doing one of these. That's what confirmation looks like. Okay, so that's what I typically like to look for when I take a trade, at least trying to break a descending trend. Because the way to break a descending trend, I talked about this in my university. Please watch that if you are part of my premium group. It's important to recognize that descending trends can be broken by range-bound activity, and of course, higher highs and higher lows after that. But you got to recognize trading isn't always about just switching from a descending trend to an ascending trend. Range-bound activity is very common. We're kind of sort of seeing that right now. Okay, so if we can continue to be range-bound and then inevitably break this range, we'll be in good shape. But if we can't, we're just going to go ahead and leg down and be range-bound here again. Okay, so it's a rinse and repeat situation. But for right now, we got to come to terms with the fact that we're under 50 in the RSI. Still not a great sign. I know as soon as I upload this video, it's kind of a running joke sometimes. The price will probably go up. So every time I say if Solana's going down, it'll go up. That does happen sometimes. Again, that's just TA for you. And that's where whales do play their games. So you got to recognize they understand all this stuff. They're way ahead of us. But the key takeaway is try to understand what they're thinking. That's where those liquidation levels help us understand that we could see that last liquidity sweep down to 96 and then the legs up again. A lot of that hinges on establishing higher highs and higher lows between now and then. Either way, these indications are not great. Money flow index is on the increase, which is interesting because it's going up and nothing else is going up, right? So money's going into this coin, but it really tells us there's more selling pressure than there is buying pressure right now, okay? Big surprise, profits are being taken on a holiday weekend. Okay, that's usually why I prefer not to trade holidays, honestly. Just kind of a mess. Last but not least here, Ichimoku Cloud, we're going to get confirmation we're still below the cloud. This is letting us know that we have a resistance at 104 now, and hypothetically, we break through that, we reestablished ourselves in this area here. That's the sweet spot. So that does put us roughly 24 hours from now. This time tomorrow night, if the price action is 104 or higher, it might be a good consideration for a long. Between now and then, wait patiently, and I hope that it works out favorably for you no matter what. The other thing is working out favorably for our community, and I'm super happy about this too, because I always like to make sure that I only recommend quality stuff. And the same thing happened here. Bitunix, phenomenal exchange, highly recommend them. I used them for a couple months before I provide that to my community. No KYC, no VPN, trailing stop losses, multiple profit targets, awesome stuff. I just like to make sure you take advantage of this exclusive offer before your end. That is an option for you if you decide you want to utilize that. Again, not a big deal. We're going to have trading competitions with them very, very soon. I'm working with our affiliate to get that going because we have definitely met enough registered users. So we're in good shape there. All right, folks. Anyways, enough about that. That's all we got. Comment below, like the video. Greatly appreciate you joining me here. And quick little thank you to our 50,000 plus subscribers. Really, really cool stuff. I'm super happy to be able to be at that level now. So it's awesome. Let's go ahead and hit 100 next, right? Come on, tell your friends, hit that like button. Deeply appreciate you. We'll see you next one. Take care.